thought, oh, you know what, it'd be a great perspective if we had our wives talk for a few minutes about the last 4 years. And of course, we thought this is a great idea, and I think both of our wives now agree with that, and maybe didn't initially think that when they heard that. So they have been gracious enough to agree to come talk just a little bit about the journey in the last 4 years and what PIF has meant to them and what God is doing. So Crista and Rebecca, I'm not sure which of you is coming down first, but please go ahead and come down. And maybe you can come down together and support each other.
Hello everyone, I'm Crista, and my family moved here about 6.5 years ago. And we came from the States where we had a wonderful church family. And when we first came here, we started going to this Chinese church. And my children were 6 years younger than they are now and had no idea how to speak Chinese. And after a few weeks of them coming here, they started dreading going to church. And I remember thinking, Lord, why did you send us as missionaries to Taiwan and then have our kids dislike church? Didn't seem right to me. So I didn't know what to do, so I prayed and I asked the Lord for wisdom. And so we tried a few things. We tried going to a couple other churches, and it just didn't seem to fit. And so kind of the last resort, I told Todd, I said, will you come to the church in the morning and I'll stay home with the kids and we'll listen to a sermon online, and then we'll get together at lunch and we'll talk about what you learned and what we learned. Well, that wasn't a great idea either. We went home after we had been here for like 2 years, and I remember going back to the church that we came from, and during the worship, I just started crying. I didn't realize how much I had missed and how much I needed corporate worship. Yes, I had been listening to sermons, and yes, we would listen to songs, worship songs, but it wasn't the same as having a family to come and worship with and live life with. And so we came back, and I was still praying, Lord, what are we going to do? Give us wisdom. How can we fix this? Because it was, for a mama's heart, it was big to me. I knew we were supposed to be in Taiwan. I didn't ever doubt that. I just wanted my kids to have a place where they could worship and continue that. And, the Bible, in Ephesians, it says that God can do things immeasurably more than we could ask or imagine. And he did that. I mean, look around. I never imagined, whenever I was praying those first few years, that God would bless us as a family and just as a church family. The leadership that we have, you have been amazing, Michael. We didn't even know you, really, whenever we were ready to come, and start the service, and Todd was like, oh, I guess we need somebody to lead the music. And somebody told us, well, Michael Belch at Morrison can lead the music, so we didn't know you at all. And the Lord, he just provided the perfect person, so thank you for doing that. And I have a little confession to make. I kind of have a little crush on the preacher. So that's the real reason I come. I'm just kidding. He's my husband, for those of you who don't know. But I do. I think he's wonderful. And so I learn from him each week. And the others of you who have come and stood in our pulpit and preached, I have learned from you, and I thank you. The worship team that is up here every week. We went home this last summer, and I went to that same church that I cried at, and I stood there and I thought, I wonder what they're doing in Taiwan at church. I wonder what songs they're singing. I
I missed this. I missed this sweet spirit that you bring each week when you leave the scene. There is such a sweet presence here, and so many people who visit talk about that, and I thank you for that. And for the people behind the scenes that make the microphones work and put the words on the screen. I mean, everybody's working together. But the thing that I think I'm most thankful for is you. You have become my family, our family. And we have lived life with you. You have called us when you have had trials or surgeries, or you've been in the hospital and you need somebody. And we don't see that as, oh, they called us, we gotta get out of bed and go. That is it really is an honor for us to be there for you. We love you, and you are our family, and you have had to do that for us. I was in the hospital, and many of you prayed for me and sent me notes, and then Andrew was hit by a car. Todd said that last week, a couple weeks ago, and we walk into China Medical, and there's all of our church who had gone there to sing to Carol. And there is our church family right there whenever we have this crisis. And so the Lord has just blessed us beyond what I ever thought or imagined. And so I am so thankful for you. I'm thankful that you come and you participate and that you share your lives with us. And we love it here and we love you. So thanks.
That this church family has really become our family, and it's been such an amazing blessing that we never even knew about. I mean, when Michael got offered a job here to teach at Morrison, we came and we looked for a couple of churches, and we just kind of felt a little lonely and lost because we had come from a really large church in America, and our kids were really plugged in, and they had lots of kids activities and music opportunities, and so when we came here, we just kind of thought, wow, what are we going to do? And we've just been blessed beyond what we could ever imagine with how God has brought Tiff about. It's been such a blessing to be able to serve with my husband and do music together, which we didn't really get to do in the States. It's neat to see our kids growing up and having friends that they go to school with and also go to church with, and they're getting fed in the children's ministry. And it's been so amazing to watch over the last 4 years this church go from 20 people in a little room and I'm playing the guitar and I hadn't played it in 20 years and people are so patient, to see all these people growing and giving their lives to Christ and getting baptized, and it's so cool to see God just take people from all over the world, bring them to Taiwan, to this church, and see people grow and flourish. So I just have to say, you guys are such a blessing to me. It's fun to see God at work in your lives, especially for the Taiwan people that come to Christ and they have to fear abandoning their family or losing so many things. I never had to fear any of that. So it's such a blessing to see you guys walk in faith and grow in maturity. So thank you for the blessing you guys are.